Hey guys, and welcome back to the next episode of Lost Gaming, where we're playing through Mutation. Last time we went to a trading convention and got our most recent optional character, Rachel. Today is a day of redemption for us. We're going to return to the field with Gardenia, and this time we want to take Mistral with us instead of Natsume. And we're going to see if we can get a little redemption going. Yeah, this is I'm actually re-recording this part because while I was recording last time I had a power outage and it did not save. So I actually had to go back off camera and redo the part with Rachel again. And now I'm back to where I can actually do this. So let's go ahead while we're here.
What?
Let's give some gifts. Since I had to redo a little bit of that, I also went through and did some trading, got some things together so that I can get this team a little bit better protected.
What?
Alright, I think that's got her pretty well powered up. Let's see, what else do we have? I actually feel like this is done a lot better overall than last time anyway. Alright, and I also got a couple better pieces of equipment here. Oh, I definitely want to talk about this real quick. We mentioned it before, some of the enemies have it. But this is the first weapon that we've got that has the death ability. This will, on random occasions, cause the enemies to just drop massive amounts of HP. However, for right now, I'm going to go with this because this is going to do a whole lot of damage to Spectres. And that's really the only reason I'm bothering with it. Hashard gave me some details on some stuff that he highly recommends for speed runs. I'm planning on eventually working things out like that, but for now this is the best I was able to get a hold of. And I mean, it's not a bad set. It could be better, but there's always much worse things that you could be prepared for. Alright, we don't really need to, but since it's still our tradition, we're going to open up a few. As you can see, there's First Aid, and now Magic, and Thunder Coil. And actually, we kind of got lucky there. We also managed to protect break the Skate Rat Arc. It's not a half bad item to get from them. As you can see, that went a whole lot better than the last time. I mean, and even this is going more smoothly than before. Just got to remember that these things hit really hard. Definitely want to pick these up while we're here. Got to try to rebuild that. Crunchy food. So if we are prepared for when we get to the next server. I mean, and as you can see, that just Thunderfoil just ran through that thing very easily, and was a whole lot better than when we tried to do it earlier. Alright, so that's probably good enough. You've seen a good chunk of the enemies in here. So we'll go ahead and head on into the dungeon and really get this episode underway. And there we go. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll stop for a minute and we'll get everyone to give us some decent healing. Alright, and now we're pretty well ready to go on into the dungeon and really get this underway.
Kind of feels like there's something here.
There is.
Oh.
So that was cryptic, as is tends to be Gardenia's way. Green worm. This is a monster I haven't run into in a long time because I haven't played it, but I remember it very fondly from days when I did .hack RPs online. Just doing text-based RPs over on .hack Integral. And this series meant a lot to me growing up. It was something that just really defined my, honestly, my high school, college life. Oof. Okay, so that didn't go as well as I wanted. Anyway, I mean, I was just saying, this series between IMOQ and GU, it was really something that was a big part of my life. And it's one of those things that I'm really glad that the last Recode is being remade. And part of why I started making this series in the first place. These games, I think, are really great. The story is phenomenal, particularly in this one. There's certain things that are clearly a little outdated, that the graphics aren't as good as new stuff. The battle system's a little clumsy for people who aren't used to it. But the story is just so good, the characters are so great, and I'm so happy that a remake is being done, because I really do feel like this is the type of game that can really just mean a whole lot more to people than just a game. You see, now this is... some of this is getting more annoying than it needs to be, but we're still able to handle it. It hasn't gotten out of control just yet. Hopefully it won't. I mean, I suppose we'll really find out how it's going once we go down a couple of floors and the monsters get a little tougher.
Flowers, Gardenia?
Why do you say that?
You picked the fields with flower names, and you talked about flowers the last time we met.
Must I explain?
Only if you'd like.
Well, then don't bother asking.
Yep, that's a totally reasonable response to asking if you like flowers. 100%. Oh boy. Actually, because we don't really need that, we want to switch to these. Yeah, this is not looking good. Oh boy. Okay, that's a little bit better. Might just keep these out for a little bit. Alright, since we used the fairy orb, we can see that checking anything else through here is kind of a waste of time unless you want the items. Bye, Moonstone. We'll see you soon. Anyway, onward. And we'll go ahead and use the fairy's orb again. Oh, new monster. And first aid. And skills. And now, data drain. Alright, one of the things I should probably mention, because it's actually kind of important and I didn't think about it, is this death ability is actually really bad if you want to use data drain on monsters, because the death ability has a tendency to just skip right over the spot where a monster protect breaks. I remember reading up on the specifics of it in the .hack Discord server that I've linked to in the past. So it is a thing that I've kind of talked about, but I don't remember the specifics about how it works. Just remember that it mostly works based off of the amount of damage that you do, either physical or magical. Alright, so we can kind of see that that's not what Gardenia wanted. So we head here and...
Monsters in this room are extremely powerful. Be careful.
I'm not sure what that was all about, but maybe we'll get an explanation in just a moment.
Why?
Huh?
I feel cheated when I don't receive equipment from the treasure boxes.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Use that as you wish.
Gardenia, are you looking for something?
No, it's just... It's just... I'm here to seek revenge on the monster that got me before. Mission accomplished. Let's go.
So dark and mysterious and brooding. Anyways, let's take a look and see what it was we got. Cannot be used. Sell it for money or trade. So it's just something that we need to hold on to and be prepared to have in the future. If I remember correctly, it's one of these items that you can use for a specific trade. Beyond that, I don't particularly remember off the top of my head. Get rid of some stuff that we don't need. Plus, always needs a little extra money. Alright, well, since we haven't really gone too long into this episode, what we'll do is we'll log out. And we'll check to see if there's anything on the board or in our mail, and it doesn't look like there's either. Huh, we do have some. So, not sure how he got our email address and contacted us, but Moonstone has asked us to come assist him at Bottomless Waffing Raw Ore, however you pronounce that.
Moonstone? Oh, is he the guy I've met several times in the dungeon?
Okay, so little conversation with Mistral, talking about chocolate jelly beans. Gardenia says she likes watching movies. And then she just says, I think we'll get along very well. Alright, so rather than going on and doing the next story beat, let's go ahead and let's get Moonstone as well. Let's help him out and move this forward a little bit more. Alright, so for this party, let's add... Oh, how we got his, I don't know, but we'll go ahead and add him to our party.
I'm coming.
And to give us a nice tank, hopefully he'll just get hit a lot.
Thank you.
Let's give him stuff so that he's
Thank you.
better equipped, better prepared for where we're going. Definitely not really have enough equipment for this because I wasn't actually expecting this to happen.
Thank you.
So he's actually going to be more equipped like a Wave Master.
Thank you.
Okay, Pyrrhus, now your turn. Alright, let's give him this. And we'll give him that. This ought to be good. Give him that. And all that should really be left is to give him a good weapon. Alright, and I think that gives us pretty well prepared to go. Let's change out our equipment. And let's head on in. So because we're doing this episode's probably going to run a little bit longer than I had intended for it to, but since we were probably going to do another level anyway, this is as good as any.
Annihilate all monsters in the dungeon.
Do you mean destroy all the monsters?
That's literally exactly what he said, Kite. Good job. Alright, let's get everyone buffed up. At some point I probably need to really swap it out more for magic items, because that's been something that has been far more important to us as of late. But right now we're okay with this. Come on, let's get it. Come on, guys. That's the way. And data drain. Another one of those. That was not what I expected.
The swing.
Let's try throwing. Let's throw you in here.
Did you?
What?
Neither one? Let's see. Then is it this? Till next.
All right.
Okay, I did not expect that to happen. Oh, let's give it a try. Let's take a look at it. Definitely like the look of it better than find a couple more. Another one of you guys. Still hit like a truck. Yeah, but you're not too bad. Let's go open one more and then we'll head into the dungeon. Probably shouldn't have done that. Ooh.
Saber dance.
Ooh, boy. Yeah, this is one of those times where you can see physical attackers can really do some damage to you. But of course, Pyrrhus is absolutely 100% okay. Because of course he is. Alright, so, into the dungeon it is. Actually, we'll go ahead and we'll heal Pyrrhus up and use a couple of Mage's Souls.
Let's defeat all the monsters in the dungeon.
Thanks for reiterating that one more time. Really needed it, Kai. Good job. And actually, this might be one that I might have to wind up splitting. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to go this too long, and it is looking like this is probably going to be a pretty long rush just because of how many monster portals we've got to open. Yeah, and as you can see so far, it's not too bad, but it's definitely something that I feel like this is going to be extremely useful for.
Golden egg.
Give Moonstone another one of those, and everybody beat the shit out of everything. I'm going to do healing duty, and I'm going to just let them beat the shit out of everything. And stand back up. So everyone heals. Oof. And I think Pyrrhus just went down. That's not a good sign. But again, we are dealing with enemies who hit like a truck. They're not so this is just really not going our way, but at least it's one that we can actually handle. That was just a lot of tough physical monsters to deal with all at once. I'm not looking forward to more rooms like that. I would very, very much like to see a few rooms that have some treasure chests in the monster portals instead of monsters. Maybe we'll get lucky and that will actually be the case, and we'll get some movement through this dungeon more easily. So you see, if you hit them with those elemental weaknesses, particularly with skills that do multiple hits like that. The elemental damage can be insane. Sometimes. I mean, as you can see, kind of burning through his HP pretty good with those. See, that went a lot better once we started hitting it with some magic to offset its insane physical parameters. It's one of those things that just makes you really glad for your skills being more tied to let's just keep making sure everyone's okay. And of course Moonstone's down again. Die Mage. This is definitely going a lot harder than anticipated. And we're at 32 minutes, so unless this next floor is empty, I think what we'll do is we will call it an episode here, and we will pick right back up at this spot in the next episode. Alright, so let's take a look. Is this the end of the floor? No, but there's only one monster, so we'll go ahead and we'll do one more and we'll head down. And hit him with as much elemental magic as we can. And just blast the crap out of him. And of course Moonstone goes down again. There we go. Oh, and a gold egg. I actually don't feel like that's helping us nearly as much as it should be. Even though it's technically more physically powerful, it just doesn't seem to be doing the job as well. Alright, let's take a look and see what this floor looks like. If I feel like we can do it quick. Yeah, let's go for it. We'll go ahead and we'll try to knock this out rather than break it up. This one's going to be a little bit longer than normal, but I think it's worth it. So let's go ahead and try to get these skate ride arcs taken care of because they hit so freaking hard. Go, that's down. Ooh, I don't think I've actually data drained you yet. Let's see what we get from you. Was kind of hoping for an item, but we definitely need more of those anyway. Let's heal everybody up. That wasn't nearly as bad as some of the other floors. Ugh, now we're out of buffs, which is definitely not something I am going to risk in this dungeon.
Bloody egg!
Alright, first thing we're going to do is come over here, and we're going to take care of this first. Just because I don't want to run the risk of this being a dungeon that as soon as we finish it, we're going to get knocked out and kicked out of the dungeon. Let's go ahead and get that god statue to help us build up our... Everybody... First, let me bring back Moonstone, because, good lord, he has been dying a lot. We're going to use skills. We are going to use a Mage's Soul on Heroes, and as soon as Moonstone's back, we're going to do the same, and we are going to continue to use... Actually, yeah, I probably need to use Roost stuff because of... So this is probably a good one. And now let's see how this does. Oh, Heroes need some help. Okay, everybody's asleep. That's great. Good job, guys. Going, and yeah, that's working a lot better, but of course everyone's asleep again, and Moonstone is paralyzed. Even better, Moonstone MVP this episode. These guys. Alright, I'm putting an end to this. Let's just get rid of you. I've gotten on my last nerve because you can freaking heal. Alright, and that...
Not bad. Later.
We just kept fighting. I wonder if...
Alright. And with that, and nearly a 40-minute episode today, I think we will call that a day. So I will see you guys next time. See you then.